Hello to each and every one of you, and welcome to the Come Geek Some show. This is going to be a little bit different to how we normally do it, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who has come along already and is already here. We got a lot to go through today. We got 4 main topics to discuss. Obviously, the main one is Johnny Depp, Adam Waldman, and good old AH, because for some unknown reason, she wants to try and sue Disney and the LAPD to get documentation and discovery again from them, even though they've already said no. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Everyone in the chat, I want to hope that you all are absolutely fine, because it's been a bit of a gloomy day here in the UK. It hasn't rained, but it's been very, very cold. What I will be doing as well is say you won't see the chat on screen anymore because I'm trying something a little bit different. But on mine, I do have the chat there. And if any chats do come through, any super chats, they will be shown. And I will also read them out online. But what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into topic number 1. So as you can see, topic number 1 is coming from Deadline. And obviously we are looking at Deadline because, well, they're the one who claims it's an exclusive. But this Dominic Patton, the actual article writer, he is the one who wrote a couple the other day regarding AH and a few other things where, let's just say they weren't exactly great. They put out a few things and then all of a sudden they were like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp, she lied about this. Well, we got our first super chat, $4.99 by Mary. AH is a cornered animal, but not an actual animal. No, I love animals, and say, Mary, thank you ever so much for supporting the channel. It is amazing. I also want to say as well, congratulations and thank you to Claire Flavin-Jones, who has become a member of the Geek Army, Geek Nation. So here's a kiss to you. So, this is what we got. Disney and LAPD hauled into Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation suit against AH. The actor wants discovery motion by Aquaman star rejected. And it goes on saying that, obviously, first of all, they may believe Johnny Depp has handed AH all the documentation he is required to in the former couple's multi-million-dollar defamation battle. But the Aquaman star is now going fishing in some very deep seas. In subpoenas submitted today, so this was 3 days ago, AH wants to know what the Los Angeles Police Department and Walt Disney Motion Picture Group have on the ex-Pirates of the Caribbean actor. It is information her and her team want produced in the coming weeks. And one of the funniest things regarding this is, as you can see right by there, ladies and gentlemen, Amber and her team, they're pressing for Disney to make a virtual deposition on February the 18th. I can't see that happening. There is no chance Disney are going to go on Skype and say, hello, Miss Heard and the court, blah, blah, blah. Here is the documentation you wish. This is what we got. It's not going to happen. Because, again, Disney and the LAPD, we all know the story. We've all seen the evidence. And Disney were like, we haven't got anything because there's nothing to give. They're not going to get entangled in this. And to be honest with you, with her subpoenaing Disney, that's any chance of her so-called, I want to be a Disney princess, out the window. Because obviously we all saw those rumours where she wants to be a Disney princess and a few other things. That's not going to happen. And so it goes by there then. The documentation that Team Heard desires from Disney in the defamation suit and the actress $100 million counterclaims, it's net pretty wide. Already in another discovery skirmish in the long war between the Rum Diary co-stars, Amber wants all information relating to documents, communications of any nature on Depp and any incidents of this usage or that or suspected usage. As well, they are seeking details about any delays or tardiness caused by Mr. Depp, any incidents of violence or this by Mr. Depp, any info of input the actor had on hiring, casting, or any disagreements with the writers, directors, or producers with the filming, editing, and or release of Pirates 5. So to me, ladies and gentlemen, with that one right by there, it's almost like now, right, there's not going to be anything coming out bad about him. But let's see if he's had any word about he didn't want a certain person hired. He didn't want this person involved. And if that is the case, she is trying to now paint Johnny Depp as a racist. Because again, why would anyone say, oh, did he have any input on who can be cast, who should be hired for this film? That's exactly what she's trying to do now. And that is a very, very sad way to go. It's also a very dangerous thing to do. And saying, oh, were there any disagreements with the writers? Anything with the directors or producers? Well, the producers were Warner Brothers and Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer absolutely loves him. And to be honest with you, Disney loved Johnny. They've only stopped him because of all of this bad press. That is it. But with her now saying, oh, has he done anything like this? That is literally just saying, anything he's done, let us know. And they will try and pick something out. And if they do say, oh, he didn't hire this person, and that person just happens to have a different shade of colour of their skin, or a different ethnicity, she's going to be like, oh, well, he's a racist. That's exactly how she's trying to play this now. And that is a very, very dangerous. But then it goes on to say as well, to twist the knife a little more and deepen the possible public spectacle, Amber Heard's lawyers also want all information relating to documents, communications of any nature between Disney and Johnny from January the 1st, 2018 to now. Disney spokesman has told Deadline the company has not seen the subpoena. So it's almost like they're straight away going, yeah, we don't care. You know? Maureen Kinross with the $2 Australian with the big fox and the hugs. Oh, thank you ever so much for that. It means amazing to me. The lowest grossing of any Pirates films was Dead Men Tell No Tales. It made like 700 million, but that's not the case. But then, as you can see by here, it does go down to the filed paperwork went on to say that Johnny Depp, who was the real victim in the couple's short-lived marriage, ended in full public view in 2016. Miss Heard is not a victim of DA, she is this. After several unsuccessful attempts to get the matter tossed out, remember that, Amber Heard and her team tried getting this case tossed out. And they were like, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So just from that alone shows that the court system and the judge, hopefully, they're all like, no, we need to look at this. So we need to see what has happened. Obviously, she countersued for 100 million. And with that, obviously, the judge was like, yeah, 5 of these things are gone. So she only got 3 things left, and they weren't even from Johnny Depp. Then it goes on about the subpoena then for the LAPD. The LAPD has been asked to deliver body cam footage from 2 officers and all documents and communications of any nature generated, sent or received relating to the 911 calls relating to the Eastern Columbia building, May 21st, 2016, relating to Miss Heard. Referring to the pivotal and contested incident that led to calls for a restraining order of Depp and Heard's divorce soon afterwards, the wide-ranging subpoena goes on to say that this includes all internal and external reports, communications, and other documents. And one of the funniest ones for this is the next part we're going to talk about. So she also wants all documents, communications of any nature with Mr. Depp and or his agents, his attorneys, or others acting on Johnny Depp's behalf. From May 21st, 2016 to the present. And with that, it's actually, again, it goes kind of funny because Amber and her team, they've put a February 8th on the documents. We want it for here now. And it's like, it's not going to work. Because everything that has happened, everything that she has gone out and done, this is one of the biggest desperation moves she could have done. Because this is now showing a lot of people that her and her team are panicking. After the letters from the Children's Hospital and obviously the Elon Musk situation with the ACLU and Vanguard Capital, they're all like, now, quick, we need to get as much stuff as we can. Because people are going to be looking at it and going, wow, she actually lied. She actually stole from children. That's what it is. And I find that absolutely hysterical. Not the part that she stole, but her and her team are literally now, they are panicking beyond belief. But then it goes down to Miss Heard claims that Mr. Depp refused to provide full production or supplemental responses to all the documentation she has asked for. And all of that is just wrong. Mystic with the $10. Hello there. I just wanted to say thank you for keeping us all up to date on the case. Hoping you're well and best wishes to all. Thank you ever so much, Mystic. Big kiss. Megan with the $4 with the cup. I have my cup right by here. And it's not only a small one because after this stream I actually have to go to bed. Because I'm still not going too well at the moment. And then gotta be up early because I gotta take a friend to work. So that sucks. But thank you ever so much, guys, for the super chats. It really means a lot. And I see in the chat then they're saying about Marvel. Boom goes Marvel. Yeah. With her subpoenaing Disney, they're not going to cast her for anything in Marvel anymore. They're going to be like, yeah, bye-bye. Bye, Felicia. You know that meme? That is what's going to happen. But yeah, so obviously now Johnny Depp, he wants a lot of stuff that she has brought forward. Any motion, we want this, we want that. They're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Which is always fun, and it's going to be great to see now, because today there was a hearing as well today, a few little bits and bobs going through it. So hopefully we will get that in the next couple of days. Keep your eyes out on Laura Bokov on Twitter. She will always have the documents for anyone else, and she is just amazing. Go and follow her. But we have that by there, ladies and gentlemen. And what we're going to look at now is Adam Waldman. Over the last couple of days, like I said, he has been tweeting like a boss. He has been going absolutely amazing. And this is the one that he came out with yesterday. In memoriam, if Johnny wants to make a $7 million donation to these charities, he can. That does not excuse, however, his obligation to pay Amber the $7 million that she is donating. Amber, not Johnny, should and will enjoy the benefits of her generosity. And this is the letters that were coming out. And this part here is in the centre, and it reads, your side has informed us that Johnny is claiming that he donated the first $200,000 instalment of the $7 million that he agreed to pay Amber under the DPM, the Deal Point memo, directly to the two charities that Amber selected to donate her settlement proceeds. Frankly, I was baffled when this was first announced in the media, in light of your previous statement to me that I should not worry whether this parties had a binding deal, and Johnny would make the payments. Nonetheless, Johnny's failure to pay Amber as unambiguously required by their settlement agreements constitutes a repugnant and material breach of the DPM by him. Well, it's actually not, because, ladies and gentlemen, we all saw, they agreed. In the divorce documents, it states that he was going to pay the first bit and carry on. But then she was like, no, give me the money. That was actually in the divorce documents. And as you can see by here, another part by there from this Laura person again. Put another way, if Johnny wants to make a $7 million donation to these charities, he can. That doesn't excuse. Amber should also get $7 million. Basically him paying out $14 million. That's not just going to happen. And with that there, obviously with Adam now, he is literally telling everyone, well, she's the one who backed out of the agreement. And with that saying, give me my $200K back. These are what these letters are, basically. To the charities and everything else, asking... They're asking her to say, give her the money back, because then, she can donate it to you. That's not going to happen. And with everything that has currently happened, it's just sad to see that these people are still trying to get the money to stay with them. They don't want her to donate. Misanthropy, hello, wishing you speedy recovery, Paul. Dan. Yeah, she used to call me Paul. Thank you for your content. I am curious about the new format. So yeah, it's obviously what we're going to be doing. It's more like a live show where we talk about a variety of things, different topics. Like obviously, this one at the beginning is going to be about Johnny Depp, but we got a few more things to look through. And I want to get people's opinions in the comments or in the chat. And hopefully it goes well. If it doesn't, well, I'll have to try something else. But yeah, so obviously Adam Waldman is, like I said, he's just been an amazing guy in the last couple of days, dropping all these things. And when you have someone saying, well, Amber should enjoy the benefits of donating money, not him. I don't think Johnny feels like, oh, I'm giving money away, that people are going to look at me amazing. That's not what's happening. He's like, no, there's the money. That's what was promised. Here we go. I'll keep paying it. I'll keep giving it to them. But then she was like, no, you give me the money. And it's like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, okay, whatever. That is just a very, very sad thing to see. And especially when you have all these other outlets at the moment. They're putting a couple of things in the documentation and actually in the article stating, oh, well, she's lied about this. But the main article is mostly saying, oh, Johnny Depp planted it. John Lee with a Canadian $5 with a mic drop. Yeah, literally Adam Waldman. That is all he's doing, is just dropping the mic straight away. And every single time he does it is just amazing. But what we're going to have a quick look see, this is going to be the last segment of the Johnny Depp part. But what we're going to be looking at is the following. In the chat, people were talking about IO. And obviously, this is just great to see. Linda A with the 100 with the big heart. Thank you ever so much. It means the world. And I hope you're doing well. Justice Nichols. He would do a lot to support her, but only in a way that was truthful and honest. Truthful and honest. Witness to media. Amber Heard lost money in divorce. And obviously, you got I.O. Tillett, ladies and gentlemen, where people are saying in the chat they've scrubbed the internet completely of their identity, and it's kind of interesting to see that is. So I.O. Tillett opens up about Johnny Depp demons, and how Amber Heard lost money in divorce. The author has been interviewed by the Sunday Times about his year living with the couple before the divorce. So again, another freeloader living in Johnny's penthouse. We says a few things here about what I.O. has said. You know, some of their evidence is contemporaneous. Thus, for instance, Mr. Tillett heard Miss Heard yelp down the phone. He was sufficiently alarmed for his safety to call 911, even though he was in New York at the time. Other parts are near contemporaneous. The accounts given by Mr. Drew and Miss Pennington were drafted on the following day. Mr. Tillett also sent his email, which I have quoted above, and which broadly accords with his subsequent statement. 22nd of May. But then you have this by here now going on. She was awarded $7 million in the settlement, but donated money to the ACLU for this and the Children's Hospital. And I.O. says she actually ended up out of pocket after the divorce. And that's from the Daily Mirror. And again, you know, you got all of this going back to it. And it's just sad to see, ladies and gentlemen, that all these people thought they were going to get away with literally saying, oh, this person, they literally got rid of money. Mary with the $4.99. AH is stealing from sick children. She should be banished. Shame on AH. 100%. It's absolutely disgusting what she's done. But people now are starting to realise how much of a bad woman she is. And with that, it's interesting because, like we were saying before in the last couple of days, the media is suddenly turning around and noticing how much of a horrible person she is. So with that in mind, if you were an article writer for, I'm not going to call them journalists because they're not at the moment, for the Telegraph, for the New York Times or whatever, and you start writing something, you cannot now miss anything out regarding the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. If you miss out the Children's Hospital Los Angeles fund that she hasn't paid them, then that means that paper is, or that person who's writing them is on her side. If they don't mention it, or they mention it but then they say, oh well, it's because Johnny Depp sued her, that shows they haven't done any investigation into it. They haven't looked into it. They have literally taken her lawyer's word at front and said, oh, well, she's going to pay it eventually. That's fine. No, because she had 13 months to make payments. 13 months. Even before that, even when Johnny was donating the money to her, she could have been like, right, okay, here's 20 grand, here's 50 grand here, 50 grand there, at the end a lump sum or whatever. That could have worked. If she did that up until February the 1st, 2018, that would have been fine. None of this would have come out. But now, obviously, it has come out. The Children's Hospital of Los Angeles threw Amber under the bus because they're still waiting for their money. And it's just funny because she thought, and her team must have thought, they would have gotten away with it. And I want to ask people in the comments and everything else, so let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think her lawyers knew she never paid? That's what I want to know. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our next topic now, topic number 2. And with this one, we are going to be talking about James Bond, which sadly is going to be delayed again. So this is coming from The Telegraph, and it's on a lot of everyone's profiles now on all these major movie sites and everything else. And it's kind of sad because I was really looking forward to seeing No Time to Die. Especially that it was actually James Bond's last outing for Daniel Craig. And obviously he was paid a substantial amount of money for this. And it's kind of interesting to go from a horrible person to someone like, oh, you know what? Yeah, he's a nice guy. You know, it's nice to do that. And it's sad to see that this film is going to be delayed until November. And I'm a little bit thingy about November because it's already got one of my favourite franchises coming out in November. And I really hope that my franchise beats Bond if it comes out at that time, if that makes any sense. So this is what we got. Bond delayed again. No Time to Die release may be postponed until autumn. And what it is, it's that in October it was reported that MGM and Eon, to the Bond owners, were considering selling the rights to a streaming giant for up to $600 million, but no deal was reached. With that one there, they actually offered it to Netflix, and Netflix said no. Netflix weren't even going to pay $300 million for the Bond film. Now, this new Bond film has got a budget of $250 to $300 million. So obviously they want to make sure that if they get 600, that basically makes anything over 600, they broke even. That's where it's going to be a little bit of profit. But Netflix has got 199 million subscribers, active subscribers a month as well. And with that, they round it up to 200 million. $10 each, that's $2 billion. $2 billion a month they're bringing in cash. And they didn't want to pay $600 million for a Bond film. Which personally, if there isn't a person on earth who isn't subscribed to Netflix, if they had that film, they would. But obviously, with all of this, it does go on to say that, being what's gone on with it, all the delays in films, this film now has been delayed from November 2019 is when the original release date was set. That was for when Danny Boyle was directing it. Then it went to April last year, then November, then it went to April this year, and now it's moving to November again. And what I'm not happy with about that is, it's going up direct competition. Oh no! Ugh. It's going up direct competition against Mission Impossible 7. Personally, Mission Impossible for me is one of the best action franchises ever. And the last two films have proven with the two of the best action films ever made. Moonshade, I think many films may delayed because of the COVID. Many movie theatres are closed and they want the box office takings. Yeah, it's like obviously in New York they haven't opened any theatres now for over a year. I think it's coming up to a year now. Here in the UK, they've been open, closed. And again, when you've got a huge movie where the budget is 200 million plus, they're like, oh, we want to get in the theatres. But Mission Impossible 7 is actually scheduled for mid-November release. And if James Bond goes up against him, it's going to be I don't know who's going to win. But personally, even though James Bond is British, and obviously I love the Bond series, but the last two Mission Impossible films for me have knocked spots off all the Bond films. They are just spectacular. They're phenomenal action films. And they actually make you think, which some of it is actually fantastic. And also, which is going to be, I think a lot of people in the chat are actually going to be like, actually, yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout, for me, that showed me that Henry Cavill should be the next James Bond. 100%. he's got the cold steel eyes that Daniel Craig first had when he came into Casino Royale. Henry Cavill in Fallout, just the action, just the way he dealt with people was awesome. Frida, hello. We need 3 weeks of worldwide lockdown. One by one, the COVID problem will be solved, but that requires cooperation. Well, again, say with that, personally, I'm not too sure because they're finding different strains now all over the world, and it's just crazy that, again, here in the UK, America, you're seeing it everywhere. People are not following the rules, even the ones that they got out now. So like you're saying, with the... should not have a mustache for Henry Cavill. Yeah, he looked a little bit too weird. But, no one is adhering to rules, so the 3-week thing... Don't get me wrong, I'd love to give that a chance, see how it works, but it's not going to, sadly. Well, where I am at the moment, there's no snow at the moment, so fingers crossed, nothing happens. But yeah, so... delaying, No Time to Die would present a challenge for Mission Impossible 7, which just sucks. But that's mostly because, again, you've got two big action franchises going head to head, and obviously we've seen a whole host of movies that have been delayed. And to be honest with you, 2020 was meant to be a fantastic year for movies, and we saw a lot, and I mean a lot, of postponements. This year, we were meant to have, on the same weekend in May, John Wick 4 and The Matrix 4. That would have been literally a double bill for me. I would have gone to the theatre, I would have seen John Wick first, then I would have seen The Matrix 4. That is literally it. Excuse me. Diamond Knight with the fist bump for the $2.99. Thank you, Diamond, and I hope you're doing well. But yeah, that was meant to be this May, and all of a sudden that stopped. Last year we were meant to have Fast and Furious 9, which to me, it's one of the most ludicrous action series ever, and I love it for how stupid and just turn your brain off and enjoy the ride. That's what those films are, because it's all about family, as Vin Diesel keeps saying. But with those films, they was all just cut off. And for me, last year, my favourite film of the year was actually The Invisible Man. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Leah Veneau, the guy who wrote and directed it anyway, but The Invisible Man for me was my movie of 2020. But it's just a lot of sad stuff going on in the world, guys, and I think with movies, and I think with what Warner Brothers are doing with all their releases on HBO Max, is a risky move, because it could cost them billions. But again, no, if it's like how Wonder Woman was, Wonder Woman 84, like, I'm not really a fan of that film. It's not bad, but it's not good. I was disappointed with it. I think that's because the first film was just so awesome and just so much fun. And with this one, I went into it and I was watching and I was just like, yeah, I paid money for this. That's how I got with it. So what we got in the chat, we got Moonshade, really not surprised he isn't nice. Oh, which one are we on about? No, where's Moonshade? Only watched Top Gun because some of my stew... Oh, no, oh, way, it's amazing. Like I say, Top Gun, I love Top Gun. Yeah, it's, there's a lot of rumours and everything else, obviously a lot of stuff regarding certain people in the industry. And actually a very good point, Moonshade, what you were saying about Tom Cruise not being very nice. Because it's actually going to roll into our next topic of the day. And this topic of the day is about Ray Fisher and how everything at Warner Brothers and DC has currently gone. So this is what we got, guys, about Ray Fisher, who has recently come out on Twitter with 2 pages and saying obviously he has been removed from future DCEU movies and also removed from The Flash. And with this, it depends what side of the table you're on. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through this because it does actually have some background into what's going on, and we'll go from there. Because a lot of people now are going with, this is in a similar kind of position as Johnny Depp and his situation, which sadly it's not, because with this one, there was no real evidence of what he said has happened. So I'm just going to get that out of the way, so we're going to jump on into it. So, Ray Fisher's removal from The Flash is the latest in the Justice League saga. Sorry, I got caught in the chat. Ray Fisher remover. So after alleging that Joss Whedon's on-set behaviour was completely unacceptable, Fisher tweeted that he's been removed from the next big DC movie. As long as Zack Snyder's Justice League has existed, there's been behind-the-scenes drama about Zack Snyder's Justice League. Director changes, rewrites, extreme fan reactions, all that. It's enough that we've written an entire recap of the making of from here, from its 2017 release to the upcoming Snyder Cut on HBO later this year. Though the only storyline in this saga that's risen well above debates over deleted scenes is centred around actor Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg in Justice League. So this is some background now, guys. July the 1st, Fisher tweeted allegations that Joss Whedon, who replaced Snyder as the Justice League director, was abusive and unprofessional on set. He wrote, Joss Whedon's on-set treatment of the cast and crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. He was enabled, in many ways, by Jeff Jones. I don't know why I've been calling that guy Jeff Jones, don't know why. And John Burke. Accountability equals entertainment. At the time, Whedon declined the comment, and Justice League producer John Burke said it was categorically untrue that we enabled any unprofessional behaviour. This past summer, Warner Media launched an internal investigation into the Justice League set that led to remedial action. And with that one there, though, it wasn't an internal investigation, it was actually a third-party investigation company. They came in, they looked over everything, and they went with what they were told and their gut instinct. And basically, right, this is the outcome for what's happened. And obviously, we saw that Joss Whedon, he was quietly allowed to walk away. Then obviously it says to carry on. The statement went without further explanation from the company, and no punitive action was specifically cited. As the investigations end, Fisher said he wouldn't appear in any DC film while his president, Walter Hamada, was in charge, and promised there would be more soon. Well, with that one there, ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of sad because with Ray Fisher saying, I'm not going to work on anything if that guy's there, that is basically given Warner Brothers and Warner Media the excuse to say, well, okay, bye-bye. He shot himself in his own foot with that. Because that is just an excuse that they can use. Well, he didn't want to be in it, so we got rid of him. That's what they'll do. So that's point number one that I'm going to be talking about. Then he says, he wasn't kidding. On Wednesday night, he tweeted a lengthy statement that claims he was removed from the cast of The Flash, which is set to debut in 2022. In the statement, which we'll break down later, the actor details the extent of Cyborg's involvement in The Flash and accuses DC Films president Walter Hamada of undermining the Justice League investigation. On Thursday morning, Warner Media released its own statement backing Hamada, furthering a conflict that feels like it's only just getting started. So with the actual tweets and the messages he sent, he literally goes on and he singles out Walter Hamada, which was the worst thing that he could have done. Because he has literally said, the president is doing this to me. And this is going to probably rile a few people up. And on the actual Justice League set, when all this was supposedly going on, Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller and everyone else, they all had their own issues. But they literally dealt with them there and then. Ray Fisher kept these to himself for 3 years. And sadly, with that there, that's going to make a lot of people think, well, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you come out and say something when this happened? And obviously, he has been using the race card, which is a very sad thing to say, but he should have done it there and then. That's exactly what he should have done. And signalling out Walter Hamada, who is Asian, and he's saying that this guy allowed racism to happen, well, why didn't you say anything there and then? Because obviously, at that time as well, it was a huge deal, and it still is, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And it's sad to see that Ray Fisher, who literally in Justice League is one of my favourite characters, he went and done that, and it's like, wow. Adams just tweeted, right, we'll have a look at that, guys, after we finish Ray Fisher. We'll jump back into him. And with this here, it's kind of sad to see that, well, basically, Ray Fisher, he ruined his own career, you know? He ruined his own career by saying, oh, there's blatant racism amongst the claims and all this. He hasn't actually come out and said what has happened. He hasn't said anything regarding, if someone comes out and says, oh, he was racist on set, you want to know what was said, who said it, who was around, and he's basically saying, oh, no, I'm not going to tell anyone that. That's almost a bit like me saying to someone, oh, yeah, well, so-and-so did this, I'm not going to tell you how I know. You know, it's not exactly a great thing. And it wasn't Warner Pictures who got rid of him, it was Warner Media, the higher-ups. And when the internal investigation was done, Josh Whedon just basically went to the side. Moonshade has sent in Adam Waldman's tweet, so I'm going to copy that link address. Sweet Chastity, maybe Ray used the Johnny stuff to further his claims. That wouldn't surprise me. And with that there, that actually does seem kind of what would happen, you know? Someone seeing that something's happening at the same company, oh, I'll use this. But this is Ray Fisher's tweets, so this is the first one he sent. I will leave it up there for a couple of seconds, guys, so if you want to pause it and give it a read, we have that one by there. One of the issues I got regarding this as well is he says by there about his involvement in The Flash. It was much larger than a cameo. Andy Signor said completely what that is. He has completely gone against his non-disclosure agreement, which is what he would have signed, because even if he's no longer with them, he would have had to still sign an NDA, so he's gone against that. But at the end, it does say about what this kind of goes against is he was looking to move beyond anything to do with Zack Snyder's Justice League. That is what Walter Amada supposedly wants to get rid of, Zack Snyder and everything else. But that was that one there. And then this is the second one, where he says about, he's basically saying, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and maintain that Walter Amada is unfit for a position of leadership, and I'm willing at any point to submit to a polygraph test to support his claims. Which, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, this day and age, they don't exactly go well. Because, well, why would they? You know, I believe that there's something like only 90-odd% certain that they're going to work. They're a bit like condoms. You know, condoms not exactly 100% worthy. And that's exactly what Polygraph does now. But with him saying, oh, I'll take that, it's like, well, you know, that's not exactly going to show anything, mate. That's exactly what people are trying not to do. But forgetting all that, guys, we've gone off that topic now. Adam has tweeted, so let's have a look. Donald with a $20. Happy Friday, Danny, and all. Hope you're all well. Donald, thank you ever so much, my friend. You have been a huge supporter of the channel and everyone else. Everyone loves you, and I really hope you're doing well. And I hope the therapy is going great for you as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Waldman, Kate James, which this still pains me to say, Amber Heard stole this lady's story, her survival story, and she used it for herself, and that is one of the most sickening things ever. And that just shows how low this woman will go, because if she's using someone else's survival story and they're like, oh yeah, I'll have that, that's great, that is one of the worst things ever. And to see that AH stole it is just beyond words. So, AH stole my survival story to twist it into her own story against Johnny Depp. Justice Neckel, I'm afraid that I did not find Miss James a satisfying witness. British justice, which I'm ashamed to say is my justice system here in the UK. So obviously, this is what was said. Kate James had been AH's assistant in the US. Miss James' witness statement said that the letter from Miss H falsely claimed that Savannah was just a friend and not an employee. I am afraid that I did not find Miss James a satisfactory witness. She had been dismissed by AH in February 2015, and the circumstances of her termination still appeared to be a cause of rancour with Miss James. She did exhibit to her witness statement a cheque for $1,625 made out to Savannah Macmillan. In her fifth witness statement, Miss Heard said. And then obviously, she went out everywhere, Kate did, and she told everyone the truth. Amber Heard stole my survival story and twisted it into her own story to benefit herself, says her fired personnel assistant who says she was this at knife point. And it's absolutely disgusting to see that she took that story, which for Kate to keep telling people this is what's going on and reliving that traumatic experience just because this horrible person, this human being, this vile human being, decided to steal the story. And that is just mind-blowing, because how does anyone even do that? It's one of the worst acts you could do. But again, no, people like her, for some unknown reason, stealing that, it is, you know what, it gets me so angry. That, out of it all, this is the one that gets me riled up. Because how can someone do that, you know? Literally, how can someone take someone else's story, that kind of story, and go with it? And again, you're going to have Amber's sister, you know, her father or her mother or whatever, her close friends. Are they all going to be like, wow, she stole it? You know, they all know. And what do they think? And they're all sticking by her. It's like, wow, you know, you are literally staying and you're being friends with someone like that. That is just mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely crazy, ladies and gentlemen. And I really don't understand why or how that they're still friends with her. And obviously in the tweets we got, Mr. and Justice Nicole want to show the world that the court system in the UK does not give a shit about survivors. Very true. This is the UK system, ladies and gentlemen. How Kate James was treated was appalling. Why did Nicole not see a recurring theme? The way the judge makes me embarrassed to be English. Strawberry Fields, 100%. It may want me to be British. We got Brooke, yeah, with the Mission Impossible Fallout. There you go. Oh, Sarah, no. Experience. I was living on her behalf. Say, Sarah, I'm sorry that's happened. It is. If it makes me riled up and all that, to see actual people who's gone through those things, it must be sickening. You know, it's absolutely horrible. But, and to believe all women, that's very true, Julie. We got Agent Sweet Liquor, and evidence of why DV victim distrust the justice thanks to unjust Nicole. Signed, another survivor. It is. Louise, I'm so ashamed of my country, yeah. When you have that kind of thing and the judge is literally going on and like, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that, is absolutely disgusting. So ladies and gentlemen, obviously we've done that one there. We've also done the Ray Fisher one. We are now going to come on to our last topic of the day. And this one, it kind of threw me off when I first heard about it, because I was thinking to myself, yeah, this has got to be wrong, because who in their right mind would even think about this, you know? Who would even think about doing this is beyond me. And what we're going to be looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. Armie Hammer, the Lone Ranger, is a cannibal. Ladies and gentlemen, how is this even a story? And I saw this one and I was just like, holy shit. Because tweets were sent out on the other day and they were actually direct messages. Supposedly at first they were faked, but then you had people coming out and saying, yes, these are true. Because a lot of people have come out and said, yeah, it's actually true. He actually is like this. So obviously, trending. Who is Courtney? I can't even say that surname, so I'm not going to pronounce it. Armie Hammer denies cannibal claims. Armie Hammer has denied the cannibal claims, setting social media alight, and his ex-girlfriend Courtney has weighed in too. Various women have made allegations about Call Me By Your Name actor Armie Hammer, relating to his alleged kinks, with claims of him saying, "I am 100% cannibal." Among other alleged messages, the actor has denied the reports. Obviously he would. Since then, his ex-girlfriend has told her view. So who is Courtney? We've got this person here now. Courtney is a 30-year-old app founder based in Dallas, Texas. She founded the app Flashed, which provides on-demand beauty services. Okay. So we got that, but it says about what you can do. Her relationship with Armie. Armie Hammer announced his separation from wife Elizabeth last year. Courtney reportedly dated the actor from June to August, and he reportedly featured in a few of her Instagram pictures. Now, Armie Hammer's ex-girlfriend has spoken in various interviews released on January the 14th, making allegations about his behaviour during their relationship, and made comparisons with the cannibal allegations. And obviously he has denied everything that has currently gone on. So we have by here now, which is going to probably go for the ad block. So exclusive, he is a very dark, twisted person. Armie Hammer's ex-girlfriend claims he manipulated her into his master-slave fetish and wanted to break and eat her ribs, and say she checked into therapy for PTSD due to a warped relationship. And when you just think of that, it's just mind-blowing crazy, you know? So it does go on to say, Armie Hammer's ex-girlfriend says he was into master-slave fetishes and told her he wanted to break one of her ribs, barbecue it, and eat it. He's a very charming, intense human being, but once you start talking to him, he's pretty aggressive right from the start. Not violent, but just aggressive in the way he speaks. He's magnetic, but that has helped him get away with this stuff. He's very charming, larger-than-life personality. He's very affectionate. He makes you feel very safe and kind of on top of the world. Then, little by little, it gets deeper and darker. He kind of gets obsessed with you. At first you feel really safe, and then it gets a little strange, and then it gets more and more, and little by little you're like, what's happened? It's very heavy. I just learned the word love bomb, and that's definitely what he does. So she's a good looking girl, and yeah, here we go. I am going to bite the F out of you. Nice, romantic. Hammer did not respond to comment addressing her allegations, his lawyer referring to his previous statement released on Wedding, which confirmed he was stepping away from his latest film, Shotgun Wedding. And with that film, he's actually starring with Jennifer Lopez. So it's not exactly like a little, go over there, do your little film. And with this, it's Armie Hammer. He said, none of it's true. If none of it was true, why would he have dropped out of his film? That's one thing that I want to know. He says he dropped out of his film to protect his children. His children doesn't live with him. His children live with his wife. So obviously his wife is bound to be living on a private area, with gated communities, the security guards, the whole 9 yards. And they're going to be safe. So obviously with this, I think he kind of knew something was going to happen. And it's like, this is bad PR. To be honest with you, if he stayed in that film would have got a lot more people to go and see it, because they're like, I want to go and see the real-life Leatherface, That's what they were going to have done. So he said in his statement, he's not responding to these BS claims, but in light of the vicious and spurious online attacks against me, I cannot, in good conscience, now leave my children for 4 months to shoot a film in the Dominican Republic. Armie Hammer's a year younger than me. Wow, he looks older. Quickly manipulated into playing along with his twisted fetishes, and that he would often fantasize about cannibalism. Wow. He was really into saying he wants to break one of your ribs and eat it, like barbecue it and eat it. In terms of the, the BD stuff, he made that pretty clear that it is something he is interested in very early on in a relationship, and he referenced breaking my ribs often. It's a bit sadistic, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? She also shared a letter to the Daily Mail, which she said Hammer wrote, which is the one above. He was very much into saying slave, and you're just there for me and my discretion. Of course, I wasn't doing that, but he does like that idea of somebody being there solely for him. He is a huge narcissist. Ladies and gentlemen, I was wondering how we were going to close this this first show off. We opened with a narcissist, we're going to close with another one. That's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. He sends audio messages with pretty graphic stuff. I swear it's because he likes the sound of his own voice. He's obsessed with himself, but also hates himself at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Although Courtney said she did not want to get into graphic detail about him behaviour during their relationship, she said it was enough that she checked into a 30-day intensive course of therapy for trauma and PTSD to deal with the warped relationship with the movie star after their breakup in early October. That is really, really crazy to see. I was being groomed and brilliantly manipulated to do things that frankly scared me. I'm a consenting adult, but it wasn't me. He's good at what he does and knows just what to say to get you to comply. He's a very dark and twisted person. That is just mad, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we got. So, these are some of the ones that went out. So, the alleged conversation. I am 100% Leatherface. I want to eat you. F, that's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while it was still warm. This guy is definitely Leatherface. I'm going to thinking of breaking your bones. Talk to me. Text me. Text me about breaking your bones, and I'll send you the voice note while reading it. I know. Mine is in my hand. Aye, and I'm thinking of breaking your ribs. Wow, this guy is absolutely... He's just crazy. I want to see everything. I want to see your brain, your blood, your organs, every part of you. Oh my god. Guys, this is literally going 100% south already. I would definitely bite it. 100%. Or try not to. Haha, not sure which. Probably both. Okay, it wasn't meant to be not, but you know. If I you to a vegetative state, I'd keep you, feed you, wash you, and keep you till you are sore and broken. Oh my god, I'm telling you, man, this guy is just nuts. You're my angel. You're made to save me. You're mine. You hear me? Say it now. I am yours. I belong to you. Say that you're mine. Mine. M-I-NE. I own you now. I'll own you forever. I do. I am yours, Daddy. Oh, just me saying that is just wrong. Yeah. This... Lily, I can't either. This is absolutely my mind. All I see is literally Leatherface and Foghorn Leghorn literally just being chased by Leatherface. Good kill. Your body is perfect. It's mine. I'm into you. Oh my god. Foghorn Leghorn just going out. I say, boy. I say, boy. Good kill. Your body is open. It's mine. I'm into you. I need your blood. I crave it. Will you give it to me tomorrow? Don't forget that you're mine. Well, I don't know why I went British then. English, proper old school. That topic, once again, it is very intense. I'm intense. Oh my god. Just that one. Wow, it's very intense. I'm intense. I can just see him there when he's trying to write out. He's got someone writing his messages and he's just there flexing. I'm intense. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I need your blood. I want you to feed me with it. Yeah, this guy is just crazy. So we got that one by there, guys. Obviously, all the screenshots there, all of that. And it's just nuts. Look at me, he's choking himself. Okay, He's doing some script work there. And obviously, he just looks... He's just messed up, isn't he? The guy's just crazy. That's all I gotta say about him now, guys. Because... he's just nuts, isn't he? There's no other word to describe him because, again, it's just crazy talk, all that is in my eyes, because this is a guy now who is literally messaging people and saying all of that. It's like, wow. Did you really think no one would leak that? To be honest with you, if a celebrity sent something like that to me, I would be there just like, wow. Is it really this mad? Because I could get done for this, you know? People are going to see this. People are going to see what I'm doing. People are going to be seeing what I'm saying. And that is just crazy to even think of, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, this is what happens, and sadly, this is how some people actually are, because this person is complete and utter nuts. You can see why the Armie Hammer is not exactly a huge megastar, because, well, to be honest with you, look what he's done. He was good in The Social Network, he was good in The Lone Ranger, but The Lone Ranger was more of a Johnny Depp film, we all know that, that's how it went. And it was meant to be Armie Hammer's major breakout, didn't happen. And I think he just kind of went downhill from there. He's just starred in bits and bobs. He starred in Call Me By Your Name, which was the Oscar-winning film for the original screenplay, I believe, or the adapted screenplay. But again, no, that didn't go for him. But ladies and gentlemen, this is coming to the end of the show. So what I will let you guys know, so I'm hoping to do this now once a week, this show exactly, on Fridays. And if you would like to see your topic being discussed, we're going to be doing 4 topics a show. And with that, if you down in the link below, there will be my Twitter handle. And if you send one there, if we're not already following each other, say that you have a topic you want to discuss or you want to see on the show. Say that you want to do that. I'll follow you. We can DM each other and we'll see if it goes. And I'm also looking to have, just for this show as well, like I was saying with the super chats, if you do a super chat, they will get read out on screen, as the chat is going to be off for these ones. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. And if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Well, I want to say reply then. Like and subscribe. And I'll see each and every one of you soon.